Okay, perfect. I'm gonna share my screen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So today's goal is for me to showcase to you how, for me to demonstrate how we are gonna apply this brand script to building a landing page. So just a bit of refresher. Last week we went through this flow, whereas a good storytelling has this framework where they will talk about a hero, where you will know about the hero's ambition, and then the hero goes through different levels of problems, and then the hero meets someone. When there's someone give him a plan to follow, and then they call the hero to action, and then when that happens, you know whether what can end up happening if the hero do not is not able to meet his or her ambition. And you will also be shown at the end of the day how does success looks like. So I know last week we stopped at call to action, right?
Yep.
So this is pretty much when it comes to the movie, right? When the call to action scene is the operation day. Let's say if it's a bank heist punya, it's a bank heist punya movie, it's on the day itself, the day that they're gonna execute the bank heist. And when that happens, what you have to understand is in your head, you already know what could go wrong. That means that what happened if that guy, the team is not able to execute the heist. So in your head, all these movies, they already shown you what is at stake. And it is not shown at that point. It is shown early throughout the movie, especially during the action plan, because this is where they practice so that they don't end up losing. So where the stake happens in every story is without, because it keeps you glued to your seat, knowing that okay, are they able gonna execute the heist or are they gonna end up in jail? And obviously, if the hero's ambition is to be able to execute the heist, at the end of the day, they have to show, okay, now that we're able to execute, what do we do? This is when you see scene at the end where, suddenly this guy just donated all the money, because that's the uh, resemblance of success. So far, so good.
Yep. So far, so good.
So how do we apply this on a website? You see, the problems that a lot of website guys have is that, okay, let's say if I want to start a blank new wireframe, right? I don't know what the fuck do I write. Excuse my language there. Like, I don't know, okay, if I were to write the first section, what is it going to be about? Okay, now let me demonstrate how, if I were to implement this into a website. So I'm not going to build a perfectly built out wireframe here, but for the sake of demonstrating, I'll just logo. Imagine that this is a website, call to action, and new link. So most of new website designers and developers, they will get stuck here. They will go, okay, now what do I write here? What goes here? What do I put as the button? So having the storytelling framework gives you that unfair advantage where you can literally craft a story as we go down the website. So if you notice, okay, let's just use this. The first element of a movie is the hero's ambition. All right. This is the first 5 minutes of every movie. And then we have problems. and then we have guide, and then we have action plan, and then we have call to action, and then we have what's the stake, and then we have success. Okay. So imagine this is the order of story that we have to tell. So now I want to go about and tell the hero's ambition. So if you ask me, who's the hero? Let's say that if you want to give a website service, right? Your landing page is about helping businesses build a landing page that works. Who is the hero? Is it you or your client?
The client.
Correct. So here's one big mistake that a lot of website guys do. They write stuff like, oh, 50 years of experience. Imagine you watch the movie, the first scene is just about Thor punya, imagine we watch Avengers, right? It's about Thor bragging about his experience or how cool they were. You wouldn't even be able to comprehend what is this movie about.
Mm-hmm.
So mistake number one that they all do is they talk about guide right away. It's them. So the movie now doesn't make sense. So how do we implement hero's ambition? Let's say in this context, what is the ambition that your guy wants to achieve? If you ask me, this is another thing. Human being, at the end of the day, we are only after three things, brother. This is consider the fact that the basic level of human needs are met. If you know Maslow hierarchy of needs, this is a psychological theory. So basically, what it says is that human nature So basically what it says is that at its core, human being will want this first, these basic needs: food, water, warmth, rest, security, and safety. So once you have this, the only three things that you're after is one of these three: sex,
Okay.
that reproduction ability, and then we want money, aka resources, and then we want status. So at the end of the day, all the stuff revolves between these three things. The relationship is under sex. Okay, let's not use the word sex. We use the word relationship.
All right.
So let's say your client is a company. What do they want? It's obvious. They want money. In what form?
Money. Yeah. Money.
Break it down. More customer, more businesses. Okay. So what you do is just write it down. Building you Does that solve the? It does, right?
Way
So
better.
you have the hero's ambition, and then here you explain how you do it. This is a simple trick that I don't think anybody ever told. You just explain how do you build a website that converts. And then you say at Anand's agency, we help, let's say that your guys are real estate. Beautiful, high converting website via our proven brandscript approach. All of a sudden, then you have a call to action here. You want them to get your appointment. Voila. All of a sudden, you have a hero section that tells right away what the story is about. So this guy, they say, if I'm a real estate agent, when I read this, building your website that converts, At Anand's agency, we help real estate companies. So I mean, that's me, build beautiful, high converting website. Okay, this is the end goal, ambition, via our proven brandscript approach. Makes me go, okay, what is this brandscript approach? Yes. Now you see that what happens after you read this. Let's say if you are a real estate agency, you will
I mean,
go,
definitely a point.
tell me more.
A feeling of like, yeah, you want to know more of like why him?
Betul? So now, dude, what
Yeah.
you think is you have already surpassed easily majority of the web designer and developer already. Because let's face it, these guys know how to build, these guys know how to design, but they've never sold any product before.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have taught him this part, hero's ambition. We want to talk about the problem. Why do you have to talk about the problem? That is how you get them hooked. In movie, that is how you get glued to the seat. Because oh shit, there's so many problems. Will they be able to solve this problem? So how do you do this? What's the intention of this problem? If you ask me, the whole intention of this problem is to establish rapport with the audience. On a psychological level, this section, the end goal is to establish rapport. So when I read, I go, okay, this is for me. So how do I establish rapport? So I have, when we talk about problems, right? I usually love to break it down into three. I want to just state three problems in whether it's external, internal, in philosophical. Philosophical. Okay, so usually what I'll do is, okay, now I want to just don't worry about the format of how I write things first, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So usually what I'll do is I will address the villain, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So the villain here is other website agencies and what they cost. They
Okay.
build websites that may look beautiful, but doesn't do anything when it comes to convincing the client. So what I'll do is I'll say a beautiful website, not necessarily be the answer to your conversion problem. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to state the problem. So how do I state the problem? I will say something along the lines of most companies build a website, they overlook the proper messaging this oftentimes would result with traffic that doesn't convert. You see what I'm doing here is I'm stating that, hey, these are the problems that the villain caused. Although I didn't say the villain bring, I don't necessarily point out, okay, the reason why you are having conversion problems is because you engage other agencies. That will look
Just
very
indirectly.
mature. Correct. Very indirectly. If you don't believe me,
Alright.
I'll show you later. So the right messaging, then because the absence of the right messaging will lead into no conversion. All right. Post development strategy. We're left with no clue on what to do after getting a website. Yeah, maybe the right messaging, the right for you don't know how to generate lead of your website, post development strategy. So not necessary to your business problem. So what you can see here is when I read this, I'm establishing that, hey, this is my story. My story is about a beautiful website is not the answer. Because what I want to tell you is that you have to have the right messaging. You have to have a proper sales funnel, and you have to know what you need to do after you get a website. So this is a story that I established. So what most people get caught up is they were trying to figure out, hey, is it the right thing to say? The best sales funnel? Not sure lah. The right messaging. Sounds good today, but tomorrow I'll change it. So you see, when you write a movie, you dictate the kind of problems you want to give, you want to show. So the same thing is when you build a website. Let's say you build a website for yourself, you dictate what sort of problems you want to bring up. Yeah, there could be other problems like, hey, slow loading website, blah, 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 this and that. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. What problems, what is the story that you want to give out? Because at the end of the day, this website should just do this one thing. It should invite your audience into a story. Meaning that, okay, this is the story that I put up. You trust it. If you think this is a story that you can relate to, schedule an appointment. Nampak? So then you've established the problems. Done.
So this is for the external ones, right?
Correct.
I mean the villain part of it.
Betul.
All right.
Then I want to slowly establish the guide. So how do I remember? Guide has to have two things. In order for the guide to be accepted, they have to show empathy and authority. So empathy states that, yeah, I've been there and done that. Authority means, yup, I have the right track record for me to help you out. So what I will do is, what I usually do with my clients is that I would just, hey, tell them, don't worry. Like, don't, legit, don't worry. Or just say, yes, don't worry. Then I want to put a story that says, okay, at Anand's agency, pains us every time we hear about clients spending tens of thousands for a beautiful website that has nothing to the business. Or we know how that feels.
Mm.
Then I want to say, I want to slowly introduce the guide.
Mhm.
Yeah. We can help turn things around. So now I'm assuming that these guys already have a website. So what I can do to them is craft a compelling story for business for your client. Build landing pages and sell pages. Let's just. So here, what I'm trying to do is, look, this is the problem. We know how that feels to establish empathy. We can help turn things around. Here's what we can do. The benefits of it is nice. Post development campaign, reach. Ignore this. And then work out a lead gen campaign. Okay, now this is a story that I want to share. This is the story that I want to tell these guys. Look, in this business, yes, the typical agency would just create you that. But at the end of the day, I just build a website. But the story that I tell is that, look, the other agencies, they just build. But when it comes to us, we do more than just build. We really figure out what's the story for you, figure out what's the sales funnel for you. We tell you what to do after that. We work out a lead gen campaign for you to start getting leads from your website. And then we also sit down with you once a week. And on top of that, we give you marketing strategy. So this is the promise. So how do we show this? This is where you have to show your authority. At the end of the day, authority is process. Okay. So imagine I was just writing that, okay, we can help you turn things around via our proven process. Don't believe us? Hear what our past clients have to say. Now, I'm transitioning into the authority part. How do I show authority? I have to show proof of work. So how I can do that is either I tunjuk the website that I've done. Let's say in this story, what you're doing is you are selling results. So you have to either get a testimonial that speaks about result. Okay, imagine that this is a testimonial. Sorry, a bit ADD. Okay. Boom. Boom. Videos. And it says here 30 leads converted our first month. Boom. Kononnya lah. Oh. So what you're seeing now is me establishing my authority. And what else can I do to establish my authority? Put logos of client. In fact, whoa. Then I'll just say brand. These brands are also using our service to boom, 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 boom. Okay, I solved this 3. Nampak?
Yep.
And then we talk about action plan. So the reason why we need action plan is very simple, bro. When we trying to sell them this, you see, building you a website that converts, blah, 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 they're interested. So far, they read all this shit. It's amazing. But there's this unspoken doubt in their head. How am I going to do this? So when you lay out a simple process on how they can do it, instantly, in their head, they go, okay, I can do this. Why is it crucial? Why is it 3? There's a psychology to this. Do you know that if you go to McDonald's, how many stops you have to go through before you get your food?
Order, pay, food.
Collect. Right?
3. Yeah.
3. Why didn't they bother to just, get you order at one spot, pay at that same spot, and then get the food at that same spot? Because it would be too much for your brain to understand. So when you break things into just 3 actionable steps, the brain goes in automatic mode. Okay, I can do this. This is very, very huge. Kid you not. If you notice, some restaurants, especially Malay restaurant, they have so many dishes on the menu. And all of a sudden, ordering becomes so long because you can't seem to make up your mind.
That's true. That's true.
If you see some of the international franchise, I figured this. If you see Key Life, back then, when they first established, you notice that the first thing they ask, okay, pick your drink, and then the size and the ice, and then pay.
Yeah.
If you go to this restaurant called Aceh Laksa, they have a lot of menu, not a lot, but how they are able to break it down is, okay, choose your combo. So combo A, combo B, combo C, combo D. Let's say combo B means that I have 1 main, 1 side dishes, 1 drink. Okay, now the next 3 steps is just choose what's my main, choose what's my add-ons, choose what my drink. Boom, instantly in my head, easy as hell. And you'd be surprised. Do you know this company called Tutti Frutti?
Yeah.
So Tutti Frutti and Yao Yao, you know Yao Yao?
Mm-hmm.
The business model is the same.
Yogurt.
Why the hell is Tutti Frutti died? Why the hell is Nougat died? Have you ever wondered? Padahal Yao Yao model is already there by Tutti Frutti.
Sama je. Actually, I don't know.
Tutti Frutti have no clear steps. So a lot of people get frustrated because they will, okay, I take a cup, I know this cup, the base is 15 bucks. I fill up full of yogurt, and then I take all this stuff, only to be told that shit, this the whole thing RM20. Perasan tak, Tutti Frutti is no good back then. You don't know what's the end price you'll pay. It's super
True,
pricey.
true. You letak semua then only. Yeah, it's
Then only
like a
ditimbang.
surprise in it.
Correct. It's a surprise. Tada, 30 bucks. But yao yao, you pick this, it's 15 bucks. It comes with 2 add-ons. Pick your add-ons, pay. That is how important this part is, because it could be the make or break in your business. Because when people don't understand how you work, to them, let's not do business. So how do we do this on the website? Getting a brand new website is as follows. Number 1, click schedule appointment. Number 2, receive proposal. Number 3, pay deposit and start working. So in their head, oh, is this simple? Although some might say, duh, so obvious. But a lot of time when you don't do this, they go, contact us. And once they contact you, they'll go, sometimes you feel like they don't know what to do. So that's why when you just ask them to contact you and you don't lay out a process on what's next, they go paralyzed. They'll go like, imagine if you get someone to reach out to you on WhatsApp, they click the button, reach out on WhatsApp, there's nothing. They'll go, hi, and then you say, hi, how can I help? And they will go quiet after that. So you have to put these 3 steps. And these 3 steps can also, you see, this is just from a point of a prospect into a customer. Or you can change it to, so the end goal here is, as long as you can tell people it's as easy as these 3 steps. And that 3 steps can be anything lah. Sebab tu, if you look at all big startups, they will lay it out. Let's say we look at unlimited graphic design service. Key on the tabs. There's this one that I'll show. Yes, look at this. NG. You see, they tell it right away how it works. Number 1, you create design projects, and then you receive draft and revision, and then you complete and download. Why the hell do they pay so much weightage on just how it works? Because they understand.
I mean, even to me, when I see like this, it's like
easy, right?
Pretty, yeah. It's like welcoming.
So yes, so that is the weightage of this section. And then you have call to action. So call to action is this button, schedule an appointment. So how do you make sure that people click the call to action? So obviously, number 1, you have to make sure it's there. It's up there. You just put it where you think it's appropriate to put. You see, like here, I put another schedule an appointment. Then I want to put here, schedule an appointment. Maybe I want to put another one here, right under here, schedule an appointment. So now, oops, the user of the website is able to understand, okay, this is how it works. If I'm interested to get this website, I just have to click schedule an appointment. Boom, solved. Obviously, in here we have this direct and indirect call to action. But for the sake of this demonstration, I won't dive deep there. And then we have what is at stake. So how do you show what is at stake? So this is a superpower that you could add. I call it superpower because it will add a different touch to this landing page. So what I call this is a section where you talk about your founder story. So now imagine a paragraph here. I explain to you. Then I have my picture here. Imagine this is my picture. And then I want to touch a few things. So the founder story is very powerful because number one, it personalizes the whole journey, the whole story. Like you, I once thought that a beautiful site was the answer. So this is going to be super powerful because, okay, then I will just tell a bit of story, founder story. When I first started, blah, 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 blah. Okay, just imagine. I thought, let me just write this out for demonstration purposes. I thought that beautiful people, visitors, or good and we them and they are amazed by the design. And 1,000 a month going back and forth between various design, thinking that, and I finally found one. My business will explode. Boy, I was wrong. I realized that visitors takes more than just a beautiful design to convince a visitor to acquire my service. Acquire my service or call me. Therefore, I've created service so that you guys don't wait a month of your precious time. So, sounds so trivial, but with this touch, instantly, bro, I can tell you, every single visitor will feel like, damn, I just want to schedule an appointment. Because now you're not just a guy who is trying to sell me stuff. You're a guy who's been there and done that. I'm just exaggerating on the. So here, what you don't know is I also chuchok some steak. So the steak is spend thousands and months going back and forth. So you're losing time there.
Yep. Time
Take
and
more than
money.
just to convince visitor service call me. Another steak means that no one is going to call you. So I've created this survey, your business. Okay, talk to us today to know how we can help. To know how we can help. Boom! To your success, Fitri Joroji. Boom. And then you want to show success, you can just leave it here. This is already success also. It's bukti that these guys are converting. And what you can do, kalau for me, I would just habiskan it with a call to action lah, like don't waste another year feeling unsure about your website. Schedule a free consultation with us today and see how we can help you turn your business around. Boom, chakalakala. Boom, and when they fill that up, it goes to a form, and then you have the footer. Let's just assume that the footer is just this. Copyright notice. And boom, that is your landing page. Fully through via brandscript. Covered all this. There's a solid storyline here. And now it's doing its job to just invite visitor into a story. You see this approach, right? The reason why it's so powerful is that you have a movie on your landing page. The movie is about this real estate guy who wants to build a website that converts. But the traditional agency don't know about all this stuff. And we understand how that feels because we spoke to a lot of clients who went through the pain that you guys went through. But don't worry, we can help turn things around. This is what we can do for you. Via our proven process, tak percaya, look at all what these people say. More bragging points, these are the guys that we've helped, big brands that people are familiar with. And the process is super easy, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. And icing on the cake, a personal story to really convince someone that like you, I was once in your position, but we can help you out. So don't waste another year feeling unsure about your website. So this is what I'm telling them, that you might lose time. Schedule an appointment. Boom. Your wireframe done. And this wireframe, if you ask me, if you were to go to a copywriter, they'll charge you 2 to 3 to 4,000 to just come up with something like this. And it would take them 2-3 weeks to just come up with this structure.
It's 2-3 weeks. Oh God.
No joke, brother. So that's when I say the brandscript is a really, 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 really powerful framework for you to, number one, shortcut the whole copywriting process. Number two, shortcut the whole wireframing process. Number three, really establish yourself as someone, not just a developer, not just a designer. So this is a process that we go through to all our clients. That's why at the end of the day, When they get a website, it's a story. And then all they got to do on social media is to just amplify that story so that orang masuk, okay, this is the whole story. If you want, schedule an appointment. Or set your part. You see, I didn't even talk about, website that we built is mobile responsive, SEO optimized. But I set myself so differently that when people come in here, they know that this is not just going to be 1,000 and 2,000 ringgit service. Why? Because yes, I'm sharing my expertise on what matters for business owners, not whether that color is the right blue, whether that button is the right size. So yeah, that's actually, I want to use this to revamp my website. It's actually pretty solid. So yeah, dude, that's the demonstration. You can try on your own, trying to come up with your own version of it. At the end of the day, don't be bogged down. Let's say macam tadi, you nampak that I don't second doubt whatever I wrote here. A lot of people, the normal copywriting will make you go, macam tak betul je post development strategy, macam not sure je best sales funnel. It's your choice what you want to sell. It's your choice what you want to put out there. So yeah, any questions you have for me, brother? Please tell me I recorded this.
Yeah, you did.
Brilliant. Yes, I'm recording. So yeah. Any other question, brother? I'd say what you could do is try to come up with your own brand script. You can take a picture of this. I'll send you afterwards.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, just trying to get into that practice. Because these skills, brother, like people are paying. Imagine if you pay me to build your website, you are paying a marketer, you're paying a copywriter, probably not with the best grammar. You are paying a designer, you are paying a developer, all in just one bloody price. Don't you think it's one hell of a deal? You know, obviously the price won't be just 1 or 2K, minimum 10K. Because the value that you bring to the table, it's different compared to the masses. So with brandscript, you won't have positioning issues. You won't have, oh, I'll just be like another dude. And the beauty of this is when a potential client is shopping between different vendors, you will be the one who they can relate the most to. It's just not going to be like, oh, with 30 years of experience. You see that in a lot of, if you just go to the agency's website, their homepage alone is already talking about themselves. So these guys who are killing it, nampak, they are talking to who? The hero. Tired of overpaying for graphic design. Instantly. See, if you don't believe me, when I say the big guys understand this framework, take a look at Netflix, all right? Okay. So, unlimited TV shows, unlimited movies, TV shows, and more. How do they show the unlimited? Look at the background that they use. And then, when they say unlimited, how do you elaborate on that? They just say watch anywhere, cancel anytime. The call to action is, dude, just get started. But the most interesting part is this. Here, I can tell you, this is where they address the villain. Their villain is that normal cable network decoder. Think of Astro, right?
Astro, yeah.
But they don't point out that, hey, say no more to Astro. In fact, they just go watch on smart TV, PlayStation, Xbox, Chromecast, Apple TV, Blu-ray players, and more. Just trying to say that, look, you're not bounded to just one device. The Astro you cannot download. Maybe you can now, but you will never run off things to watch. Why they have to say watch everywhere? Because Astro you can only watch on TV. But
At
Netflix,
home.
anywhere without paying more. They just, to them, although to you it looks so simple, this landing page, but they have perfectly crafted this landing page over and over and over again. So a good landing page that, because after this you'll be able to see that, hey, all the big guys actually have this element of brand script in their storytelling.
Just telling it a different way.
Correct. So a good brand script application will incorporate from the design aspect of things as well. They use the word unlimited. How do they show the unlimited? Look at the background design. Nampak? They use this downloading. They use this icon. Watch everywhere. They use these 3 pictures. So a good brand script practitioner, you will see that the copy is so short, the pictures all play an important role, and it's straight to the point. I think this page has converted, 90-80% of the visitors with just few words. Just one picture behind, no stupid menu up here, sign in, voila. So yeah, dude, a lot of things to learn. Very, very interesting stuff. If you look at Apple, you'll be able to understand that they don't sell on external. Take a look at all these big websites. Ask yourself, shit, are they selling external or are they going deeper than that? And you start to see trends. Like, hey, the moment you start selling external, the moment you start talking about external problem, you're just another commodity. That is when you have problems charging higher price. Nampak tak? I used to, if I were to build this website just now, that, hey, it's 10K minimum. You won't question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the perceived value is so high that to you, yes, 10K is fair. In fact, some might think this will be 60, 70K if you're in the American market. So yeah, dude, I hope that helps. If there's nothing else, we'll end the call. I'll need you to come up with one version of your brand script. Once we have that copy, we're going to put the design in, we're going to develop it, and then you can, just ask your friend, hey, dude, you want me to build for you? Get extra $200 each week. And Viz can outsource to you. So yeah, brother, that's it. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.
Ciao, man.